Welcome to Should You Platinum, a show where I talk about a game I've recently got the platinum in and share my experience of the platinum journey and whether or not I think you should platinum it. And in today's episode, we're going to be looking at ROBOCOP Rogue City on PlayStation 5, which for me was one of the best games of 2023. So, the game has 28 trophies, 11 bronze, 10 silver, 6 gold and 1 platinum trophy to collect. I'd say it was a 3 out of 10 difficulty and it can all be done in one playthrough, and there's nothing missable because you can reload chapter saves. So, in the PS5 version of ROBOCOP, if you were to play the game and then come back to it later via the Resume Activity launcher on the PS5's menu, the trophies you earn in that session may not pop up when they should. It happened to me a single time for my very last trophy before the platinum when I loaded the game accidentally via the Resume Activity card. When I should have unlocked the hard-boiled trophy after completing this side mission, it didn't actually pop up and I didn't get the platinum either. At this point I was devastated because I was having so much fun with the game and I was just a single trophy away from the platinum and I'd beaten that mission and I didn't really know what else to do. And it was only when I looked online that I discovered what the problem was, and I'm not sure why it does this with the PS5's Resume Activity, because if you were to then close the game and then launch it normally via the play game option and then did the requirement again, the trophy would just pop without issue. Here's some key things to keep in mind as you start your playthrough. Make sure you invest 6 skill points into deduction so that you can earn XP quicker and see stuff on the map. And make sure you have 6 in engineering by mission 20 so you can hack a turret. Also, make sure you try and complete all side objectives during a mission, as this will help you get the A rank, and you only need to do that once for a trophy. So now, let's quickly have an overview of the remaining trophies. So, ROBOCOP has a total of 9 story-based trophies that will just unlock at various points in the campaign as you beat certain levels. It's usually just the key points of the story, so I don't really want to spoil too much here, but I will just show you some of the trophies popping without really showing you too much of what's going on in that particular scene. But yeah, the campaign is really fun, and I did really enjoy playing through this game because you feel like an absolute, well, beast, and it's a great campaign. So, by the time you completed ROBOCOP, you'll get the gold Nice Shooting Son trophy. Okay, with those out of the way, let's take a look at a few skill-based trophies in the game that I think people might need a bit of help with. So, the shooting range has 3 trophies to unlock, and they are awarded for scoring 150, 200 and 250 points on the shooting range minigame. So, the first one you'll get is Dead On, which you reach 150 points. Then you'll unlock the This Guy is Really Good if you get 200 points, and 250 points, which is the hardest one to do, is a gold trophy called ROBOCOP. So I got the 250 points during this mission in the game when you go back to the precinct. It's on the biker's trail, and at some point you get to go downstairs to the shooting gallery, and you've got that young rookie cop down here. So if you talk to him, you'll get this target practice mission where you've got to, I think you're using his gun. So just agree to do it and then start the shooting gallery, and you can just play it here, and it just seemed to be easier at this point. So with this minigame, the targets are all going to come towards you on this track, and if they get right towards you, it's just an instant game over, so you've got to stop them all getting right up close to the end of this lane. So you want to make sure you prioritise any of them that are moving faster down this track. You can only use your pistol, which is like a burst fire of a couple of bullets every time you shoot. So it's a good idea to try and keep going for headshots so that you can destroy the targets a little bit quicker, making sure that you definitely hit those ones that are moving faster first so that you can then go back and get the slower ones before they even got anywhere near the end of the lane. So yeah, definitely go for headshots, and make sure you time your reloads carefully, because you don't want to be reloading whilst the target is speeding towards the end of the lane, because you won't be able to shoot it because you're in that reloading animation. So you want to try and do it once you've destroyed all the targets in a set, maybe that'll give you a little bit of time, or at the end of rounds. That's the best times to sort of reload carefully and safely, because otherwise it'll just mean you can't shoot, and one might get to the end and you'll end your shooting gallery run earlier than planned. The last bit of advice I can really give with this is to just stay calm. You can definitely do it. It might just take you a couple of attempts, but after a while you'll get the hang of it. You don't really need to move the crosshair up and down, just move it left and right. So yeah, that's how you get that one. The other skill-based trophy in ROBOCOP would probably be this one for surviving the ambush and clearing out all the enemies in under 10 minutes for the There Can Only Be One trophy. So this happens in Mission 15, Shady Meeting. You'll come into this warehouse and a cutscene will trigger, and someone will send in all of these robots to try and take you down. And the aim for this trophy is to just kill all the enemies that come in within the time limit. So there's multiple waves during this where more enemies will come in, and in between rounds you can set up traps for them. So this is a clip of how I got the trophy. It did take me a couple of attempts. So one of the best bits of advice is to use the explodable objects that are in the area. So pick up the barrels, pick up the red gas tanks, and just launch them at the robots, because with that you can kill them in groups really quickly. Also remember to pick up the guns that the enemies drop, because they'll allow you to take out enemies quicker than what you could with your pistol. Another good tip is to use the punch, because that will take an enemy out with a single hit, and it can be quite quick to just do that. Especially if you've got a lot of health, you can just sort of tank it. After each raid, you want to try and learn where the enemies are going to come in, what doors they're going to come in next. You'll often see the red lights above the doors, so that will make you aware of where they're coming in from, and then just have a barrel ready to throw at them as they come through the door. And you can hopefully take out a whole group in one go, and then just move around to the next ones. A lot of times they'll all come down for you, but there are a few stragglers that stay up on the walkways, so you will have to go up there to get them. I would advise you to save some of the barrels and things for later waves. Don't use them all at the same time on the very first one, because you'll need them for later on. And just always try and aim for headshots. And if you can't and you're getting a bit overwhelmed, remember to just punch a load of them. If they're all grouping up on you, just punch instead of trying to shoot, because that'll just take them out a lot quicker. It's always these same enemies as well in every wave, so you know how to kill them all because you've already been fighting them from the very first wave. So it never really throws you any other curveballs other than just what doors they're going to come through. But yeah, just remember headshots, make sure you pick up the health and heal. You don't want to die on one of the later waves and lose the trophy. And just make sure you just take them out as quick and effectively as possible. Punch when you can. Any ones that are on walkways like this, just shoot them with a pistol or pick up their guns and use those. But yeah, you can see there, I punched 3 of them right in close proximity there, and I took them out really quickly. So yeah, make sure you also grab all of the barrels and gas cans and just throw those at enemies whenever you see some, and hopefully that'll enable you to get this trophy. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's 3, maybe 4 waves of enemies that will come out. And you can see from this video the order of the doors they come out of. So you can use this as a reference for when you're going for it, because every time you replay this, they're always going to come out in this same set order. So if you watch this video, you'll know when and where the enemies are going to come from. I have sped this up double speed, so if you are struggling, just slow it down with YouTube player and you'll be able to watch it at normal speed. But I'm just doing this so that it goes through a bit quicker and the video isn't as long. But yeah, just keep moving around, try and find where they are. If you find that you can't see any, they are probably below you or above you, depending on where you are, and just try and get them. This gun here that I was using with the scope, I didn't really like it. It was harder to shoot the enemies, and I did feel like I was wasting my time a bit there because it just has a big amount of recoil. So I kind of stayed away from using that one after a while and went back to the pistol. And then again, just rush them and punch them. That's definitely one of the best bits you can do, especially if you can't find any more barrels around, because it does get a bit frantic and it can be hard to sort of see where those pick-up-able items are, especially when there's like 3 or 4 or even 5 or 6 robots shooting at you all at once. So yeah, don't be afraid to just rush at them and punch them, because like I said, it does take them out a lot quicker. But you will have to obviously shoot the ones that are a bit too far away. But just keep trying it. If you don't get the trophy popped after killing all of them, just reload the checkpoint and try it again until you get the trophy. Okay, so that's about it really for the skill-based challenging trophies in ROBOCOP Rogue City. So now I'm just going to round up the rest of the trophies in the game. So the first trophy I got was the Zip This Up Bronze trophy, and this was for shooting an enemy in a sensitive area. So basically this is just doing a dick shot on an enemy. So you can do this on most of the enemies in the game, just aim at their groin and shoot with your pistol and you'll eventually get it. I shoot it at the guy at the very back of this room in the crops and the trophy pot. So it's a nice easy one to get and a cool reference to the movie. Next up is the Bronze Strikeout Trophy, and this is for eliminating an enemy using a throwable object. So in ROBOCOP you can pick up all sorts of things, from computer monitors and chairs to bikes and barrels and all sorts of things, and you can just lob them at enemies and it will just kill them because ROBOCOP just throws it with such force that it will just destroy any enemy. So you're more than likely to get this trophy without really trying, to be honest. Okay, next up we had another bronze trophy, and this is for upholding the law. So this is something you do in the open world areas like downtown. As you're exploring here, you'll often find people have committed certain crimes, like this one here. Someone parked their car in front of a fire hydrant blocking it. So if you go up and scan the items, you can then issue them a ticket, and as soon as you issue your first ticket, you'll get that trophy. So that's a nice easy one really. Next up we have a bronze trophy called Nukem, and this is for eliminating 3 enemies with a single explosive. So again, this is probably another one that you'll just get naturally as you're playing through the game. You probably just do it without even trying. So in a lot of rooms you'll see these red gas cans. You can either just shoot it, and if it's near 3 enemies you'll get it, but you're better off just lobbing it into a crowd of enemies like I did there, and you'll easily get that trophy. I'd be surprised if you can get that by the end of the game. No Stone Unturned is another bronze trophy for finding the secret area within the arcade. So you'll come to this room with this desk, and I believe there's a switch on the corner of the edge of the desk. You'll see there, look, as soon as you press that switch, a secret area will open up and you'll get that trophy. And it's full of, like, I think it's ammo and supplies and stuff, so it's worth going in there. Next up we have another trophy that references the movie, called I'll Buy That for $1, and that is for finding the OCP skill disc. So these are like upgradable discs that you can get, and there's a lot of these throughout the game. So if you don't find this one here in this specific location during this mission, which you can tell by the top left corner of the screen, you'll be able to get other chances to find one. The Officer of the Month Silver Trophy requires you to score an A on any evaluation. So during the missions, you'll want to focus on all of the side missions and complete all of those before you complete the mission. If you do that, your score will be increased and you should be able to get an A ranking. You only have to do this once for the trophy, so just pick a mission that you like, that's fairly short and easy, and just keep trying that mission until you get the A rank. The All Adds Up Bronze Trophy requires you to equip Auto 9's PCB with any chip. So these are all the sort of upgradable slots that you can do on the weapon. So just keep putting in all of these microchip things in to complete the circuit. And I think eventually you'll get the trophy. You might have to change the board so it's on the right one, but you can easily do that by following the on-screen prompts. The Live by the Bike trophy was actually a tricky one to get. And it requires you to shoot a gas tank out of a moving motorbike. So I just got to this point in this mission here, and the bike's just constantly looped around shooting at me, and I just sort of stood still and constantly tried to hit the gas tank, and it will probably take you quite a while unless you get a lucky shot off. But just stand still, aim, and eventually once you hit it, you'll blow up the bike and get that trophy. There's another PCB board trophy here called Good Eyes Murphy for finding the PCB for the Auto 9 in the secret area of the steel mill. So this is an area where you have to move a train out of the way of the tracks first. You kind of have to go out your way to get this one, but hopefully you'll be able to see where I am from this clip here. As soon as you find it, you'll get the trophy. And you can always come back to this mission via chat to select if you did happen to miss it. The Silver Practice Makes Perfect trophy requires you to fully develop a skill, so you have to put in so many skill points to maximise it and fully unlock its full potential. So this is one where you'll want to just try and get it straight away before you start spending all your skill points, because if you spread them around too much you might not be able to fully upgrade one. So I'd definitely say do deduction first, as you'll need to do that to give you more XP anyway. So as soon as you've maxed it out, you'll get that trophy. The Bronze Trophy, a real hero, is something you can do during this burning hotel mission. So you'll be part of the mission, you'll go to find someone's apartment, and then all of a sudden you'll find the hotel is set on fire. And as you make your way out, you'll hear a cat in a room, and it's locked in this room here. So as soon as you open the door, you'll free the cat, and you'll also get the trophy. So make sure you do that before you escape the burning building. It's not a timed area, so you haven't got to rush out of there, so you can just try and explore and find that room for as long as you need. The Bronze May Be Used Against You trophy requires you to hack an enemy turret, so this is why you'll need to make sure you've invested 6 skill points in engineering by the time you get to this mission, Cyber Trail. As you're going through the sewers, you'll see a bunch of turrets and you can hack them. If you miss this one here, when you go through the next door, there's one right in front of you with the little PC nearby that you can hack to disable the turret. The next trophy is a silver one called Hard Boiled, and this was for completing one of the side missions during the downtown area. So this one actually glitched out on me because I loaded the game via resume activity, but it was part of the mission, the search for Soot. If you walk over to here where I've shown on the map, you'll find these police officers in this crime scene, and it will trigger the mission who killed Casey Carmichael. So just follow this mission through. It's fairly linear, there's not really much to it, and once you get to the end and complete it, you'll earn the Hard Boiled trophy. And with that, you'll then unlock the To Serve and Protect Platinum Trophy for unlocking all of the other trophies in ROBOCOP Rogue City. So ROBOCOP Rogue City has a final verdict of Platinum it. This was a great game, I really enjoyed it, and it was a really fun and easy platinum.